Welcome to part 2 of our interactive notes. First thing you need to do is put on your heading, name, number, date, first and last in cursive. Remember to put the date that you are working on these notes, not necessarily the date that I am writing. And our subject is math. Alright, so here we're estimating the difference first. So we have already a whole number, so that's going to stay a 3. We just have to estimate this fraction, 3/7. Well, half of 7 is 3.5. So that is less than a half, and so it's actually closer to 0. So 3 take away 0 is 3. 3 has been a common estimation so far. The estimate is 3. Alright, so here we have 3 take away 3/7. First thing I need to do is take this 3 and cut it all up into 7s. So I have one of them already done, and I need to do the other 2. Remember, yours does not have to look perfect, but see if you can match the one that's already there. So now how many pieces do you have? What is 3 equal to? Well, 3 over 1 cut into 7 pieces, because it's 3 whole rectangles cut into 7 pieces each. 3 times 7 is 21 over 7. Do we have 21 sevenths? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yep, we have 21 sevenths. So now that we have 21 sevenths, can we take away 3 of them? Well, yeah. 1, 2, 3. So 21, take away 3. More on the floor. Go next door, regroup 10 more. 11 take away 3 is 8, and then 1. So we have 7, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 sevenths. Now that is a correct answer, but we want to see what it is as a mixed number, because that will be easier to compare to our estimate as well. So even though this is correct this way, we do want to figure out what it is as a mixed number. So what is that equivalent to? Well, I take that 18, see how many sevenths I can get out. 2 times 7 is 14. More on top, no need to stop. Numbers the same, 0's a game. That's my remainder. So I can get out 2 whole rectangles, 2 whole rectangles, and I'm left with 4 sevenths, remainder over divisor. So I have 2 whole and 1, 2, 3, 4 sevenths. Is that close to 3? Well, this is more than half of 7, so yes, that is close to 3, and that is reasonable. So now we need to answer, is it reasonable? The difference is, because remember this is a subtraction problem, and so we look for the difference, 2 and 4 sevenths, and it is reasonable. Now I said and here because and indicates a separation for decimals or fractions. 2 and 4 sevenths, that's when you have the word and in there. It is reasonable because it is close to my estimate All right, so now we're going to estimate the difference here. We have to look at both of them. Five and 1/3. Well, half of a third, or half of 3 is 1.5. So this is less than a half. That means it's closer to just being 5. Only has one piece. This is more than 1.5. So it's closer to being 4. So 5 take away 4 is 1. The estimate is 1. Now we need to find the difference. So 5 and 1/3 take away 3 and 2/3. Well, first I've got to change each of these into their improper fractions. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 plus the 1 is 16. So this is 16/3. And I can show that by taking these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 whole, cutting them each into thirds. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 thirds. So that's my first one. And then 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 plus 2 is 11. So this is 11/3. So I need to take away 11/3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 16, take away 11. More on top. No need to stop. Numbers the same, zeros the game. I'm left with 5/3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5/3. So that is correct. But we do also want to look at it what it is as a mixed number. So how many 3's can we get out of 5? I can get 1 3. 1 times 3 is 3. And I'm left with 2. So I have 1 whole, and I have remainder over divisor, 2/3. So 1 whole and 2/3 left over. So that is another way. That is another way of saying the same amount. Each one has a useful purpose, so you want to be able to do both. Is that close to 1? It's a little closer to 2, but it is still pretty close to 1, so it is reasonable. The difference is 1 and 2/3, and it is reasonable. Because it is close to my estimate of 1. So if this is confusing, you're not sure what's happening here, you're not completely understanding, that is okay. We're going to have another lesson and a practice on this. We're going to keep practicing it, and it will get easier the more times that we work on it. Okay, so now let's do some more practice with subtracting mixed numbers. Thank you for joining me.